After the healing, one of the healers came in and said, there was a being standing next to you. And he said, I'm her dad, and let her know that I'm watching over her. And she described him to me, and it was him. And then I knew that, magic and miracles happen during those retreats, during those healings. I was diagnosed with cervical cancer in 2022 in January. It was January 4th. I remember because I dropped my 2.5-year-old and my 5-year-old to preschool. And when my doctor called me, she said, oh, the biopsy that we took from your cervix came back positive, and it's very rare cervical cancer. It's neuroendocrine carcinoma. And usually it's found somewhere else, usually found in the lungs, but we found it on your cervix. And this is the number 2 oncologist. He suggested to do surgery, to do hysterectomy, remove everything. He suggested to do chemo. He suggested to do radiation. And I agreed. We started the process week after. I didn't even think. I was so afraid. We went to the surgery first. They opened me up and closed me back up. And when I woke up, I said, did you guys got it all? And they said, no, we had to close you back up because there was already spread to your lymph nodes. And we have to start the chemotherapy on you right away. The doctor told me, there is no cure for this cancer. So we're just gonna be very aggressive each time come back. I had, I think, 4 weeks of daily radiations to my pelvic area. I started chemotherapy once every 3 weeks for 3 days. And things were improving. The scans was showing that I was responding to the treatment. And then I went in and I hired a naturopathic oncologist as well. So we started a keto diet. We started all the supplements. And so I was happy that everything is working, right? And my scan after 6 months showed there was nothing there. We got it all. I started on immunotherapy. And 6 months after that, cancer came back in my lungs and my lymph nodes. And the doctor said, okay, so how about we try another treatment? There is a new FDA-approved drug that is very targeted. We'll try that. And I said, okay, we can do that. So I started on it. And in the meantime, I feel that it's not going to work. This is not the way to go. And I'm a nurse. And I kind of knew. I saw my blood result from the biopsy monthly, and I was like, it's not working. My cancer was still growing. The medication didn't work. It was giving me severe side effects. I couldn't walk. I was tripping when I was walking straight. I couldn't get down the stairs without holding on because I would fell down. There was a risk that I can lose eyesight from the medication. And weakness, like horrible weakness. I had a Reiki teacher, and she told me, how about you try the placebo meditation of Dr. Joe Dispenza? And I said, okay, I tried it. And it was profound. The first time I did the meditation, it was great. So then I started researching that. That's right away, progressive, intensive course formula. Started buying the meditations. And then I got an email from Dr. Joe that Denver retreat is open in 2024. And I told my husband right away, I think it's time to go. And he says, sign up. So I signed up. I got everything booked the same day. I signed up for the healings. And I didn't know if I'm going to be healed to the very last day. And then I have a medical interview with Casey. And I mentioned to her that we did coherence hearings for my two boys. They're on the spectrum. And then she said to bring them over. So when we went to Denver, it was not longer about me, about healing my cancer. It was about my kids. But they would keep telling me, you're going to be with them and you're going to receive this healing energy anyway. And it was incredible. I already knew I'm going to be healed. Before I came to Denver, I had to do one more thing. I have to forgive my biological dad and all the, feelings I felt my whole life of not being worthy, receiving love, of, abandonment, all that. So month before that, I sat down and wrote a letter to my dad, biological dad, who passed away 5 years ago. And I wrote everything, every single feeling I felt, anger and disappointment and all that. And I said, please I forgive you for all that. And please forgive me for not allowing you to know me and that we missed that time. On the second day of the healings, after the healing, one of the healers came in and said, when we went into the room, there was a being standing next to you. And he said, I'm her dad, and let her know that I'm watching over her. And she described him to me, and it was him. On the third day of healing, after the healing, another healer came in and said, I cannot see the beings, but I can hear them. And your dad said that he's watching over you. And then I knew that, magic and miracles happen during those retreats, during those healings. I signed up right away for Marco Island, signed up for healings. And I went to the beach just for a walk and asked for a sign. What should be my intention for the healing? And I found this little heart. It was ripped here. I picked it up and I said, I know what I need to heal. It's my heart. So I went to the healings. My intention was to heal my heart. And I had profound energy changing in my body. I just felt incredible. I knew that's it. That was the healing. That's what changed me. I went home, I did the biopsy. 70% of the cancer was gone. Month after month, my numbers were going down. I did follow-up scans. I'm cancer-free. I just received my last biopsy. There's not even a piece of cancer DNA in my blood.